What the hell is this grenade launcher? Gizmo Weft with slide shot. Guys, this is absolutely incredible. The amount of spamming you can do with this is just absolutely nuts. And it actually does some really good damage as well. So I've got some combos to show you, including Fortune's Favour, Aggregate Charge, Bait and Switch. Guys, this thing is an S tier grenade launcher. The best perk, in my opinion, on it is Slide Shot on the first column for me, personally. I'll start off just by saying you get this from the Dawning. Any activity that drops some Dawning engrams, you can farm it through there. But Slide Shot is incredible on this grenade launcher. It's also got Elemental Hurling on there. I'll go through all the rules, but these are the ones I personally think are God rules. Elemental Hurling, Slide Shot, or Slide Shot Bait and Switch is an absolutely brutal combination. Massive damage increase and never having to reload. And there's some exotics in the game that are going to really make this shine. It's also got Contending Cascade on there and Hackade Breach armaments. But the perk I want to sort of concentrate on first is Elemental Hurling. This will give you up to 35% damage increase depending on how many elements are applied. I'm only running a ×4 here just for testing purposes. But Elemental Hurling is a top perk, really good, and it's really, really easy to proc. Various different ways of doing it. Just apply a couple of different elemental types, and you can very easily get up to a ×4 very easily. ×5 you maybe have to look into a little bit, but 30 to 35% damage increase without having to reload is absolutely crazy. However, I mentioned exotics. Just for an example, you've got Fortune's Favour, where it's going to give you a Void Overshield, and when you've got that Void Overshield, 20% extra damage on top of your Elemental Hurling. And this season, you can actually weaken as well as applying Radiant when you've got that Void Overshield. So the damage is absolutely ridiculous. You're going to be able to get 20% Radiant, weakening, which is an extra 15% when you've got a Void buff going from your Fortune's Favour, 20% from Fortune's Favour and your Elemental Hurling all working together. Guys, that is absolutely crazy. You've also got Bait and Switch, which is quite easy to proc. 30% it maxes out at. It's a little bit less damage than Elemental Hurling. However, it's very, very easy to proc. And like I said, you've got your Fortune's Favour, your Radiant, your Weakening, and your Bait and Switch. It's just absolutely crazy with not having to reload. There is some other options. There's quite a few good little perk combos like Slice, for example. Slice and Aggregate Charge is a really good little combo because Slice will proc that Aggregate Charge very easily. You've also got Blast Detonator, Envious Arsenal, Bipod, which could be good, and Hatchling and Chain Reaction. Really good little perk combos. What a great grenade launcher. But for me, my personal God rule, the one I will be keeping, is Slide Shot with Bait and Switch or Slide Shot with Elemental Hurling. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what rules you guys are keeping. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.